Suppose it should be raving mad after all. I almost wish I'd gone to see the Hatter instead. Very uncomfortable for the Dormouse, only as it's asleep. Suppose it doesn't mind.
No room! No room!
There's plenty of room.
Have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
Then it wasn't very civil of you to offer it.
It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table. It's late for a great many more than 3. Your hair needs cutting. You should learn not to make personal remarks. It's very rude. Why is a raven like a writing desk? Come. We shall have some fun now. I'm glad they've begun asking riddles. I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean that you think you can find out the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Then you should say what you mean.
I do. At least I meant what I say. It's the same thing, you know. Not the same thing a bit. Why? You might as well just say, I see what I eat. It's the same thing as I eat what I see. You might just as well say that I like what I get is the same thing as I get what I like. You might as well just say that I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe. It is the same thing for you. The Dormouse is asleep again. Ah! Of course, just what I was going to remark myself. Have you guessed the riddle yet? No, I give up. What's the answer? I haven't the slightest idea.
Nor
I think you might do something better with the time than wasting it in asking riddles that have no answers. If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him. I don't know what you mean. Of course you don't. I dare say you never even spoke to time. Perhaps not, but I know I have to beat time when I learn music. Ah, that accounts for it. He won't stand beating. Now, if you only kept on good terms with him, he'd do almost anything you liked with the clock. For instance, suppose it were 9 o'clock in the morning, just in time to begin lessons. You don't have to whisper a hint to time, and round goes the clock in a twinkling. 1:30. Time for dinner.
I only wish it was.
That would be grand, certainly, but then I shouldn't be hungry for it, you know. Not at first, perhaps, but you could keep it to 1:30 as long as you like. Is that the way you manage? Not I. We quarreled last March, just before he went mad, you know. It was at this great concert given by the Queen of Hearts, and I had to sing. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, blah, 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 blah. You know the song, perhaps? I've heard something like it. It goes on in this way, you know. Da-da-da-da-da, I'm not singing that. Twinkle, 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 twinkle. Well, I'd hardly finished the first verse, and the Queen bawled out, "He's murdering the time! Off with his head!" How dreadfully savage! And ever since then, he won't do a thing I ask. It's always 6 o'clock now. Is that the reason so many tea things are put out here? Yes, that's it. It's always tea time. We've no time to wash the things between the whiles. Then you keep moving around, I suppose? Exactly so, as things get used up. But what happens when you come to the beginning again?
Suppose we change the subject. I'm getting tired of this. I vote the young lady tells us a story.
I'm afraid I don't know one.
Then the Dormouse shall. Wake up, Dormouse.
I wasn't asleep. I heard every word you fellows were saying.
Tell us a story.
Yes, please do. And be quick about it, or you'll be asleep again before it's done. Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters, and there was Elsie, Lacey, and Tilly, and they lived at the bottom of a well. What on earth did they live on? They lived on treacle. They couldn't have done that, you know. They'd have been ill. So they were, very ill. Why did they leave at the bottom of a well?
Take some more tea.
I've had nothing yet, so I can't take more. You mean you can't take less? Very easy to take more than nothing. Nobody asked your opinion.
Who's making personal remarks now?
Why did they live at the bottom of the well? It was a treacle well. There's no such thing. Shh. If you can't be civil, you'd better finish the story for yourself. No, please go on. I won't interrupt you again. I dare say there may be one Indeed. And there are these three little sisters. They're learning to draw, you know. What did they draw? Treacle. I want the clean cup. Let's all move one place on. Smack the jug over. But I don't understand. Where did they draw the treacle from? You draw water out of a water well, so I think you should draw treacle out of a treacle well. Eh, stupid? But they were in the well. Of course they were. Welling. They're learning how to draw. And they drew all manner of things. Everything that begins with an M. Why with an M? Why not? Ah! It begins with an M, such as mousetraps, and the moon, and memory, and muchness. You know you say things are much of a muchness. Did you ever see such a thing as a drawing of a muchness? Really? Now you ask me. I don't think then you shouldn't talk. At any rate, I'll never go there again. It's the stupidest tea party I ever was at in all my life. That's very curious. But everything's curious today. I think I may as well go in at once.